Right, good morning, all. You're welcome to yet another episode of Java FX class. Yesterday we have given an assignment on Java FX where we asked students to kind of create a layout, a window as it is displayed on the screen. This was designed with Java swing layout. Swing up. But we want you to use JavaFX to design same with the same layout manager or with the same layout kind of layout or not necessarily same layout manager, because here the layout manager use it's a grid bag layout, so you could use any layout manager from FX that will enable you to come up with design of the window as it is displayed. What I wanted doing today is to design the database that will enable that will enable information captured here to be stored in the database after they click on register. So next, when we meet, we're going to create the UI and then create the connectivity and insert the tuples onto the database table. So I'm going to create a database and uh, then we create table. We are going to use workbench, MySQL workbench. And this is the MySQL workbench here, MySQL workbench. This is MySQL workbench. I'm using MySQL workbench 6.3 CE. The database or the table is very simple as it is seen. There's no complications in it. It's just that you need name, you need address, you need email address, you need phone number, you need where to store program and duration. Okay, so what we do, this is what we call MySQL workbench. As a beginner, if you want to start using it, here I have connections. These are many connections I created. What you do, first of all, you create a connection. Click on this, you see MySQL connection. Click on this plus sign. Then after clicking, then you check on the connection name here. You give it a name. Let's say JavaFX project connection. This is the name given to this connection. Alright? Then come down here. You give kind of name to the username and password of your MySQL server. And then here the host name. This is the host name IP. And then this is the port number. The port number, the one I'm using to connect from here, is 3306. So it could be different from yours. If you haven't changed the default port number of your MySQL, it is same. Then you click on test connection first of all. Connection warning, that's connected. Continue connection, it has connected successfully. Then OK, and then you OK it. Then that connection will be created and you see it down here. Can you see JavaFX? JavaFX connection. Then you click on the connection. So this is the connection you'll be using to query your database. You can use any other connection. Please come after doing that, come back to home because we are going to model the database. Okay, so you click on the models here. You click on model. After clicking on model, then you click on MyDB. After clicking on MyDB, you'll be asked to enter your database name. Let's say it is JavaFX enrollment project, for example. Okay, that's the name given. I don't want to use names that will conflict with other names there. And then after doing that, and if you want to write some comments, you can write here. This is the collation. Then you specify the collation you want to use. Actually, it is under UTF-8 collation. So if you want to change the collation to something different, you can change it. This is something that will enable you to accommodate or to store text in different languages, or in languages with your target language, whether right to left or left to right or anyone, whether Arabic, Hebrew, and all that. So you check the collation you want to use. Mostly we choose UTF. So I don't know if you have any collation greater than UTF, other than UTF. So we have created our database. Then next is to create tables in it. Double click on this add diagram. When you double click on the add diagram, it opens like this. Then please, can you see table here?
Yes.
You can click it here. Then you double click on the table. This is where you add your tables. Okay? So then the first thing, of course, this is not the table, the only table we're going to use in the application. But actually, we're going to use multiple tables, but we're starting with this. Maybe next time we're going to do a lot of things regarding authentications, login, and all that. So we can see a lot of technologies here that has to do with relationships, the relations between one table to another table, whether one-to-one mapping, understand, one to many, to many to one. But let's understand what we're doing now. This is the table we want to create. We want to model it. So here we need name, address, email address, phone number, program, and duration. All of this is never a hard one because we don't want to bring in something hard while we are just starting. So I have double clicked on this, and the table here we call it enrollment, right? Let's make it enrollment. That's the name of the table. Then the first thing you need to do is you click in here. After clicking, it gives you this. What we need the first thing here is ID. All right, ID. And this ID, it has to be primary key and auto incremental. All right, and not null. I can say zero field, but for now let's just leave it. Zero field is the one that enables you to see if it is one. If your ID is one, it gives you 001, pending what you specify to be the digits needed. So next is I think next there it's what, you don't see ID here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we have name, for example. Name. This name, you see, this auto incremental has to be int. Is it?
Yes.
Of course, with time we're going to change some things here. Of course, it is int, but we need to specify a number of digits, either 2, 3, or whatever. The name, can somebody's name go beyond 45 characters?
Yes.
So let's give it. What do you suggest?
60.
60? Let's say 64. Yes, complete name. Complete name. Not just surname or whatever. Complete name. So here, the specification here, it's going to be not null. It won't accept null on name. Okay? And I think that's all. Next is what? You see, you have to arrange it the way they are here. Address and email address. Address, let's give it same. 64, for example. Not null. Email address. You can say email ID. Let's give it 45. Phone number. But you know all these are varchar, right?
Yes.
The data type is varchar. Phone. Huh? How many? Let's say 25. You see, don't give phone number int, since you are not going to make calculations with it. So let it be text. Then what here? Program. Program, not null. The last one is duration. Duration also not null. Let's say 15. Okay? So this is your, we are done with the table. Alright? So here, let me close this. Can you see this is what? This is the table. But one thing I want you to understand, we don't have this database in our database. If you search the name of database there, come to our model here, come to the connection here and search for show databases. Show databases. If you check in the list of the entire databases, you will see anything Java, what do you call it? Java FX. Look at the Java FX enrollment. You will see it. You will not see it. In fact, I don't even think if there is J in it. Okay, there are J's initials, but Java FX is not there. So what we have done here is that you just created a model. You haven't created your what? You haven't created database. So please, can you see something? This is telling you that you haven't saved. So you come here and click on what? Save model. Alright? So let us create a folder where we're going to save our model. Let me go to PCL lesson 2020. Okay, Java, let's see. Java FX. Enrollment database model. Alright, this where I'm saving it. Alright. database model. Okay, so it has been stored now. Now the next thing we do is what we call the forward engineering. You have created a database. Next is you do what we call forward engineering.
So by saving it, have you created the database?
No, you've created the model, only model, and saved.
Okay.
It's when you forward the engineering that the database gets created into our database server.
Oh.
Here we're just interacting with the MysqlWorkbench as a client. So what you do is to push this. You come to database, and then you move to what we call forward engineering. Can you see all connection states, set in here? It's all right. You come to next, click on next. You see it's exporting MySQL tables and everything. Click on next, and then you click on what? Next. It has done everything now for you. Then if you check here, now can you see Java FX enrollment what? Project. This is the name of the database. The name is too long. But nonetheless, I just want you to understand how you create this and how we're going to separate it with what we have. So let us now check on this. Let me magnify for you to see very well. Let's check on. Let's use this database. And the name is very long. It has been used. Let's check. Does it have any table? Does it have table? Can you see it has what? One table, which is the one you've created. Okay, so let's check on the table. Let's describe it. For example, it has been described, and this is what it has. Can you see we have primary key, auto incremental, which is the ID, and the rest. This is their data types. Okay, are we there?
Yes.
Then next, can we check within whether the table has something in? You see, the table is what?
No.
It's blank. Nothing is in. Are we there?
Yes.
Right. Can we write queries to get something populated inside? This is the work we'll be doing next in our next class. We'll be doing it from JavaFX program to populate this table. But let's try it now and see what. Okay. So now we write insert into what? Enrollment values. Alright, the first thing is ID, so you write null here since it is auto incremental. Name Victor. Huh? Victor or who? Victor, give me your surname. Your name, Victor. L-M-E-D-U-B S-A-S this way? I-Y-E. Yes, you're right. Oh, I'm saying you're right, as if I'm the person who named you. Yes, address? No, don't give me complete address. Just give me street name and Kaduna.
Alkali Street.
Alkali Street. Email ID? Don't worry, I'll write something. Victor All right. How are you? Victor22KD, for example, that this doesn't exist, so you don't send message.
Phone number.
Phone number. Let me write my phone number 09065306495. What? Program. The program Victor is doing here, or is offering rather, is advanced ICT. That is full stack development of. Let me put even the specific program here. Java. Full stack dev. Duration. I think Victor's duration is 12 months, right? Yes, it is 12 months. It's like that of Bashir. So now we're going to insert this in, and then after insertion we check from the query here. Can you see what we have here? Huh? Right. So you see this.
At the end of that email.
You say?
There's D at the end of that email.
Where?
That email.
Email? No, I just cited example. I didn't mean to write your actual email. This is not your actual email.
So like the email on top of this my
The spelling is email ID.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You mean here?
Yes.
You can remove it, please. Write what you. So if you check here, please, can you see what we have here?
Yeah.
This is what 1. So we want it to be running 001, 002. You know, I told you we're going to change it. We're going to refer to it back. But before then, let me take another person's something here. Or let me just populate for. Let's try. Will it accept? It will accept, because we didn't pick. We made only ID the what? The primary key. So we can check on this email ID, since it is unique something or phone number, to deny duplication. But for now, if you click on it again, it will accept, because nothing has been set to prevent it. Can you see? Because none of this is primary key. Okay, so let's make this, please. Let's make these corrections. First of all, anyway, we want to have padding here 001, and here we want to make one of these, either phone number or email address, since they are unique, to be part of the what? Primary key. That means we're going to have composite key, 2 primary keys. So where do we make these changes? You come to your model, please. Come to the model and come to the table. We have one table here which is being added. Double click on it. It is here. Okay. The first thing is we check on this. Here you specify number of things you want. Let's say number of digits. Let's say we need 2 digits, so you have 001. Okay. And yes, 3 digits, 2 zeros and 1 before. That is if you count before you reach 10, and later you have 1 0. Okay, I think it will make more sense than. And later, I think you need to make. Which one do you prefer? Let's make phone number what? And a primary key, right? So it will deny duplication. Are we there? Right? I haven't selected
the 0 for the ID.
Yes, thank you. For the ID, then after doing this, then we now select 0 field, and it has to be auto incremental. Okay, when I was correcting here. Okay, so what you do is you have to delete this database. sometimes even if you do not delete when you do forward engineering, it might work. But since we will make the changes, come down here and drop this DB. So you create you forward engineer it afresh. Drop database. Dropping database means you are completely removing it, right?
Yes.
So you drop it. So let me check. If it is dropped, when you call it like this, you have an error. You see error message here? It's telling you something, right? It tells you that unknown database, right? Yeah. This for the previous command. So then you come to your model. Please save it first. Save your model, and then you click on database and come to forward engineering. Then everything is correct. Click on next. Click on next. Click on next. Next, and close. So things are done. Here you now check and check on the table. Nothing is in, right?
Yes.
So let's push in one. I've highlighted only one of these. Then let's check from here. Can you see 001?
Yes.
Then now let's send this same thing to check whether it is checking on the primary keys. There is an error here. Or it has entered here. I don't know really. Let's check from this enrollment. It has entered. What happened? Okay. All right. Of course, it has to enter because I've selected. I have two composite keys. Okay, which is when I said phone number and ID. That means the two has to be same. If you have ID of one and phone number like this, then it will deny. But what I've done here, it's going to use O. ID O phone number. Sorry, it's going to use AND. ID and phone number must be same. And I mean it. So you can tackle this from your base. You use business logic to tackle it from the program. Okay, use business logic to tackle it. You see how we're going to do it. We check whether same phone number has been used later before or email address or something, and then you tackle it. But we have achieved this one, and I think we're going to call it. We're going to stop here. Inshallah, tomorrow or next week, we're going to do these populations and other population of tuples and other operations from the JavaFX program, not directly on the server as we've been doing here. Thank you for watching.